Hey, it's Joe, and welcome back to Humanfluence. There comes a moment on every spiritual path where the light seems to vanish, where the synchronicities go silent, where the affirmations stop working and everything you once believed feels like a lie. You're not broken, you're not lost, you're entering what mystics have called the dark night of the soul. It doesn't announce itself with fanfare. It creeps in, quietly, subtly, until one day you wake up and realize that the world around you is the same, but something inside you is missing. That fire, that clarity, that divine connection, gone. And so begins the descent. This is not just depression. This isn't about a bad week or a rough patch. The dark night of the soul is something deeper, something sacred. It's a spiritual initiation, a stripping away of everything false, everything borrowed, everything you thought was you, but never really was. It's the death before the rebirth. The idea goes back centuries in Christian mysticism. St. John of the Cross wrote of this spiritual crisis, a night so black, so silent, that even God seemed absent. But this concept isn't exclusive to Christianity. It appears everywhere. The Sufi poet Rumi spoke of being broken open so that the light could enter. Buddha sat beneath the Bodhi tree, battling Mara, the demon of illusion. Before awakening, even Jesus, in the garden, cried out to a silent sky, "Why have you forsaken me?" Every hero, every enlightened figure has walked through the valley of the shadow, because the shadow is not the enemy, it's the teacher. Carl Jung famously said, "One does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious." The shadow is the part of you you've disowned, the fears, the rage, the guilt, the doubt, the versions of yourself that you've buried deep because you were taught they were ugly, unworthy, unlovable. But they never left. They wait, not to haunt you, but to reintegrate. The dark night of the soul forces you to confront them, not with judgment, but with presence. And that's terrifying because it means you'll face the parts of yourself that don't play nice with the image you've created. The ego screams, the mind resists, but the soul endures. And here's the truth no one tells you. The deeper the darkness, the greater the light you carry. The more painful the unraveling, the more powerful the rebirth. The dark night is a sacred crucible, burning away illusion, purifying. It's not punishment, it's a cosmic intervention. You were never meant to live a life propped up by fragile beliefs and secondhand truths. The universe loves you enough to let it all collapse so that something real can rise. But there's something else, something vital. You mustn't rush the process. Too many try to escape the darkness prematurely. They slap on mantras. They numb themselves with distractions, pretending everything's fine, but the soul can't be tricked. If you fake the light, you'll delay the lesson. Instead, sit with it. Not in self-pity, in self-awareness. Ask yourself what you're here to learn. You may discover that your anger is protecting a wounded child. Your jealousy masks a deep fear of abandonment. That your apathy is a shield against overwhelming grief. And slowly, the darkness will soften. You'll begin to see with new eyes. The pain doesn't vanish, but because you're no longer afraid to feel it, it diminishes. And the dark night doesn't end when you find the light. It ends when you realize you are the light. Not the naive surface-level glow of spiritual bypassing, but the fierce, radiant light that has faced the abyss and did not flinch. You return from the underworld with a truth that no book, no teacher, no workshop could ever give you. You earned it. And that's what makes you powerful. So if you're in the dark right now, don't look for the exit. Look for the lesson. Trust the process. You're not broken. You're being rebuilt. Grab my book, 365 Days of Shadow Work, on Amazon today. I'll link it in the comments below. Humanfluence, out.